welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we're playing a deck I call Soul Collector. But first, please hit that subscribe button below. Really helps out the channel. Fairly new channel. It's just started a couple months ago. Helps grow the community. We have an awesome group of people. Daily content for everybody to watch. So please hit subscribe so you can see the latest content. Otherwise, let's get into this deck list. Call it Soul Collector because everything's based around this Abyssal Harvester creature. Don't see people playing this one too often, but I love this thing. 3 casting cost. You tap it, exile target creature card from a graveyard that was put there this turn, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a nightmare, in addition to its other types. Then exile all other nightmare tokens you control. So the good thing to remember about this is, yes, it can target your creatures, you can throw stuff in there. It's a repeatable effect, which is also the other neat thing about it, but it also targets your opponent's graveyard. So creatures that were dropped in there, you can target with the Harvester. So in a lot of cases, you can actually get to their graveyard a turn earlier than they can in those situations where they might be dropping some graveyard recursion stuff into their graveyard, and you can pull it back with the Harvester. So really neat effect on a card like this, and it's also repeatable. So really awesome for that. Ultimately, we do have a lot of different top-end cards. We have the threefold Thunderhulk. We have the Ardyn. We have the Terror Eater and the Bahamut. Obviously, the Ardyn's there so that it can pull in multiple creatures or pull in a creature each turn. Really nice, and it also can pull in a creature from your opponent's graveyard. So you can always remember that. Thunderhulk is really nice because you can go wide with this really easily. So if you need something that can block, you can cast this and drop it. I shouldn't cast it, actually recur it, and have a lot of wide blockers there, a lot of different tokens, gnome tokens coming down for that. Terror Eater. This doesn't need any introduction. 9/9 flying, lifelink. The ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. The other thing nice to remember is you can cast any cards that are going to the graveyard from the opponent with this. So that's awesome to have that ability. And then this is just your solid removal. You'll be able to destroy 1 target non-land permanent. And, this is just one of the perfect targets for Ardyn. Just because it comes back as the 5/5. It has lifelink. It has flying, so it can go in, do damage, everything you need. Another really neat interaction is Ardyn has that ability demons you control have menace, lifelink, and haste. So that means if you have an Ardyn in play and you cast a Harvester, the Harvester is a demon warlock. So this has haste. So you can actually get multiple creatures pulled back from graveyards all in the same turn because you have the Ardyn and you have the Abyssal Harvester. So just a neat little combination on that. Otherwise, to get stuff into your graveyard, we do have 3 Tinybones Joins Up. This is just an awesome card that allows you to have your opponent discard cards as well as you, and you can just discard the large creatures that you want to recur. We also have Knife Trick, really nice against those small aggro decks where you can destroy their creatures and discard your cards just for 1 mana. Really nice for that. Bitter Triumph, removal spell with discard ability. Otherwise, we got some ramp here. We do have 2 Terminus of Return. Sometimes you want to get up to that 5 casting cost or possibly even hard casting in Ardyn, and that allows you to do that. You do have that other little ability in there where you can exile a creature you control for 7 mana. That's kind of a late game ability if you get to that point, but it is possible to do so. Otherwise, you also have Collector's Vault that you can discard a card and create a treasure token. This is another ramp effect basically for you. You can cast this, draw a card, discard it, and create a treasure token. And even if you have 0 cards in hand, this is beneficial if you got a Harvester in hand because you just might draw a creature that you discard right away, and then you can harvest it back. So handy having that, plus that treasure token comes in handy for casting larger items. We did mention the Harvester about creating exile target creature and bringing stuff back. We do have 4 of Zombify. Zombify hitting a Terror Eater is still just a stellar card to do. Really also bringing the Ardyn back with the Zombify is good as well. But ultimately, Bahamut and Thunderhulk, doesn't matter really how you hit those. Ardyn with the Thunderhulk really helps out as well because of how many tokens you get with that. And then we have the Overlord. This is kind of a mix of 2 different worlds with this card. One, you can cast it for the Impending, which allows you to throw stuff in your yard from the top of your deck. But you can also use the Recur the Harvester into your hand if you do happen to pitch that. Obviously, you're hoping to hit your large targets to go into your graveyard. But this itself can be a target because this is a 5/5. So when it comes into play, you can mill the 4 cards again. Um, Even though you can hardcast this pretty easily for only 5 mana, it's a 5/5. So very handy. Kind of a utility card in this deck that can be used in many different ways. Just a neat way to do it. An awesome card to also bring back with Harvester if you need to do that. Really basic on the lands. We just went with 24 Swamp, make it really easy on it. But all in all, this is a pretty solid recursion deck that's all mono black, and man, is it fun to be able to do that. I'm shocked at how good this Harvester works, and I'm excited for you to watch the gameplay here and just see how good Abyssal Harvester is. So let's get into the gameplay. All right, let's check this out. We do have some ramp. We got the Harvester. We do have the Vault. We don't have anything to pitch yet, but we do have the Zombify and Harvester in here with the ramp. Let's keep it. All right. Green, white. Do we have multiple ways to pitch stuff now? We can get the Terminus out here next turn. Okay, they're ramping as well. We might just Collector's Vault here next turn and use it at the end of the turn. Either that or we could actually run the Harvester out. We're ramping pretty good here. We can get that in the graveyard, but it's probably not the greatest. We can get that out next turn. All right, they're getting up in the life here. Oh, there we go. This might be the best way to do it. And then we can create a treasure token. Discard that. We better Triumph. And go after that guy. Submit that. Go to our graveyard. We'll grab our Ardyn. Go to our graveyard. We'll grab the Terror Eater. We'll tack in. Good game. All right, opponent goes first. We do have a Knife Trick, but we don't really have much to discard other than possibly Overlord. I would like to play that to get stuff in our graveyard instead, though. All right, we have nothing to Knife Trick anyways. Don't have any creatures out yet. Okay, there we go. We got that finally. I think we're still going to... I think we're still going to do that to get some stuff in our graveyard. 2 Zombifies, that's not good. We want to keep some of that in our deck. That was a horrible top 4. We can Bitter Triumph, discard a card, get rid of that. We have 2 Harvesters. playing green, so there's a chance they don't have much for removal. Okay, let's get the Harvester down. Boroid. All right. Well, we're going to do this just to get rid of our Terror Eater. Suppose we can actually start with this. We're going to see what we get into our graveyard. Well, that's good. We can get the Ardyn. We'll grab a Harvester back. We'll grab the Ardyn. My graveyard. We'll grab Bahamut. We'll target the Boroid. Yes. We will pay that. Destroy it. Attack in. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here. We don't have anything in our graveyard, but we can throw away the Terror Eater. Yes, we'll pay the ward. We're gonna knife trick. Our creature, yes. Discard that. Bring it back. Back in. Draw 2 cards. Make them discard 1. Good game. All right, we go first. We do have a way to drop creatures pretty fast. We'll keep this. We'll do the discard thing right away. We will target them and us. Discard. We have another one. Let's get the vault out. I'm doing that first just because if we don't draw a land, we can still vault and get the effect. So since we did draw land, we can do them both. Now let's get that in there. They're probably going to take our vault, I would think. Oh, they took the Bahamut. Okay. Probably should have tossed that, unfortunately. Let's hit this. Discard that. Play that as a creature, but let's do impending. We're going to try to find the Abyssal. All right, we did not find the Abyssal, but we do have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Let's grab an Ardyn. If we draw a land, we could just hard cast Ardyn. We're going to cast that. Kind of want to keep Bitter Triumph up for the Slasher just in case they have their combo. I guess that's going in the graveyard. We will have the Ardyn next turn. Oh, I should have killed the creature. That was an error on my part, but that's okay. He wouldn't have drew a card if we did this. We'll pay 3 life. We'll get rid of that. He'll end up drawing a card based on that. Yeah. He shouldn't have drew the card if we would have done that before she came into play. All right. Let's cast the Ardyn. We're going to get the... I think this is probably the better play. We can get rid of her. And then we'll follow up with the Slasher next turn. Gain some life. He has to have the removal here, but we have another creature we can pull in. We got 2 more creatures in our graveyard. Villager, okay. That's okay with me. We're going to get rid of the Slasher here. Because that's going to be permanently gone now, which is great. Let's hit the Vault. I don't think there's any way... Well, we could drop a land and cast the Zombify. And we can Zombify the Overlord. So let's drop Tinybones. I suppose we have enough even without the land now I think about it. So I probably should have kept Tinybones. We want that to come in with Ardyn. Let's do another one here. We're going to have the Overlord come in. Okay. Ooh. I think we can decline that for next turn. Slasher wouldn't be the worst. All right, good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. We do have 2 land. We have some ramp. We do have 2 harvesters as well. Overlord is nice to fill your graveyard with stuff because we don't have any way to discard anything yet, but it's definitely coming. Okay, we're playing against some aggro here. Impact Tremor. I think we'll get the ramp out. I do want to get the Harvester down first, just in case it survives. Then we can cast Impending for the Overlord and pull back whatever shows up. Hopefully something shows up. Otherwise, we could also do Collector's Vault if we want to just pitch. Ooh, lots of damage to us. Well, let's get that out. We'll do Tinybones. Do them. Do we want to discard Bahamut? That'll be a good card for us next turn. We don't have a way to bring it back, so we won't do that. We should have waited on this. But it doesn't matter. We got the Collector's Vault. Kranko. Okay. Activate the ability. We'll discard that. We'll bring it back. We'll kill the mob boss, and then we're going to do Tremors next. Get this in the graveyard. Or, I mean, Impending. See what goes in the graveyard with it. Oh, Ardyn's pretty good. We will decline that because we can bring it back with a future turn. Can't do it with the Harvester because you can only do it the turn you cast. They only have one card left in their hand right now, which is good for us. I'm glad that we made them discard their Enduring Courage. Ended up being a very good play there. Looks like they're roping us. Next turn, we're able to drop the Harvester. We can Collector's Vault as well. So we're going to have 2 draws, essentially, to find another card to pitch the graveyard. Regardless, we can still get a treasure token. Knife Trick's not the worst either. Let's get rid of the Impact Tremors. Pretty sure they're salty here. Bahamut, it's such a beast. It's nice you get to do destroying twice, then draw 2 cards. While we're waiting, please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. You get to see new content each day, so please do that. All right, let's do a Collector's Vault. We did find something. So we're going to discard here. We'll bring it back. We can do a knife trick. We will pay 2. Actually, no. Get rid of that Terminus. Right there. Discard. Now we got the life linker for next turn. We can also cast their creature. Cast another Harvester. While you're at it, you can also hit that like icon. That does help out the channel. Helps the algorithm for YouTube reach other people. Just trying to grow the community as much as we can. We got an awesome community of people here sharing tips, tricks, anything they see the videos that you'd like to improve. Definitely hit the comment section. Let me know. You can also email me at mulliganmenace@gmail.com if you got some decks you want me to try out and give a whirl. Send them along. Enjoy producing daily content for everybody, so please hit subscribe. All right, good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. We do have a Tinybones, a Bitter Triumph, Zombify, Ardyn, Collector's Vault. We can pitch the Ardyn right away to the graveyard, and we can Zombify it turn 4. We also have a way to pitch with Bitter. We are going to need to find something else other than Ardyn, though. Ardyn just can't do it by itself. But we do have a lot of ways to pitch cards, as well as we got the Recursion here. So just needs some land and needs another creature. We will actually probably try to race out this Collector's Vault. Turn 2, draw a card. Turn 3. Gamers Nerdvana. They got the new card. Looks like they bought the pack here. Tinybones is a really strong card in this deck. I do really enjoy having it in there. Okay, Leyline of Hope. Not the worst, but it still is not great. Alright, we got our Recursion. We will both do that. Let's get this in the graveyard. We're not going to wait for that one for the Abyssal Harvester. Got rid of Shelter. That's pretty good for us. We'll get our Collector's Vault out. Not worried about these doing damage. We can always just Bitter Triumph this. Okay. Okay, now they're getting big here. Alright, we're going to want to get this back. So I think we're going to... I mean, we can activate this. Draw a card. Hopefully we draw a land. We do. We can discard a card. We can Bitter Triumph, discarding the Harvester. Or we can pay 3 life. pay 3 life. Kind of want to keep that Harvester back just so we can start pulling stuff. We can Zombify the Ardyn, bringing the Bahamut back. You just cast another one? Okay. We'll take 6. Okay, let's Zombify the Ardyn. Our yard, we'll get that. It's flying, so I can block his creatures. We'll get rid of the queen. I'm going to say no attacks. We'll let them try to attack into it. Quite a bit going on there. Did double attack. Okay. Well, we will definitely block one of them. We actually gain life, so that was a bad attack on their part. I guess they're trying to grow the channeler, maybe? All right. I kind of want to kill this one. Let's activate this, see what we draw. You can get the Harvester down. Let's discard a Vault. That way we can cast the Overlord next turn. It might have been beneficial to use this, unfortunately. Nice thing is demons have haste, so I can look at their... We'll get one of their guys back. Let's get back that one. And we'll deal damage to them. Yeah, we'll try to pitch something. Didn't work out too good. I don't want to attack. It has menace, so I can gain life. Let's do it. All right. Well, let's keep that on top. Because I can always pitch that to the Collector's Vault and then bring it back with the Harvester. Yep, not a big deal. We'll block right there. In fact, I think we'll double block. Drop a land. We will activate ability here so I can discard our Terror Eater. And activate, grab our Terror Eater. All right, good game. I told you earlier how good Abyssal Harvester is. This thing is just a powerhouse. It's awesome that it can target your opponent's creatures. Yeah, you could see when I was playing against that life gain deck, I was just pulling stuff out of their graveyard. They just had no shot in that game. So awesome. when you can get this thing to stick and you're able to pull back stuff. All in all, just a solid recursion deck for being mono black. Really enjoyed playing it. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay as well for this. It's a fun deck to watch as well. Please hit that subscribe button below. New content every day. Really appreciate having everybody around, and have a fantastic day.